And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Guys, we're well on our way towards 26,000 subscribers, so if you haven't already hit that big red button yet, please consider doing so. And in return, we'll keep you on the straight and narrow with everything with regards to Rangers Football Club this summer and into the new season. Guys, it's a huge week for the football club, of course taking on PSV Eindhoven in the Champions League playoff round second leg, which could have a huge say on what happens over this sort of next week with regards to the transfers and incomings. I do expect the club to make another acquisition before the window shuts. I do think we need two players. However, I do believe that we're definitely going to be signing one player. Who that is, that remains to be seen, of course. And then we've got a massive game on Sunday as Rangers take on Celtic in the Old Firm. Of course, yesterday, Celtic dropped points at home, so we are probably going into this one quote-unquote favourites. However, we do need to make sure we're putting this team to the sword. And to be fair, I don't really care what the score is as long as we get 3 points and make sure that we're on top come the end of the game. Now, in today's video, guys, we're going to be discussing what Fabrizio Romano has said with regards to sort of transfer news. It is two big bits, actually. It is pretty massive news, to be fair. So, yeah, let's start with it. The first one is with regards to Glenn Kamara. Glenn Kamara, this situation has been well documented for much of the summer transfer window. And despite Bill coming out last week and stating that there had been no truth in the talks with regards to Leeds United, if you remember, I did say don't listen to him, it's not true. And there is truth with regards to the Leeds United links and that they were confident on securing the deal. As I said, I love Michael, but sometimes he doesn't always tell the truth in press conferences, and this is another example of this, as Fabrizio Romano is pretty much said, here we go, and it looks like Glenn is on his way out of Ibrox after, 4 seasons, 3.5 seasons, 4.5 years, or whatever it is. He is going to be joining Leeds United later this week. Fabrizio basically said, Leeds United have submitted the official bid for Glenn Kamara. Negotiations now at the final stages with Rangers. Deal expected to be completed next week. Player has already accepted. As I said many times, guys, the fee is around £5.5 million, give or take. Could be a tiny bit less, who knows. But as I said, I do trust my sources and who I'm listening to with regards to Rangers transfer news. And again, this is another example of, sometimes just listen. And as I said, Glenn Kamara is on his way down to Leeds United and is on his way to Ellen Road in a move for him. It's best for both parties. We've got 100 times our return of investment, which is unlikely for Rangers most of the time because we keep losing our players on free transfers, Alfredo and Kenty. However, having said that, we could have sold him for £10 million last summer. However, getting £5.5 million for him, a player that hasn't really been involved in pre-season, hasn't been part of the players' plans, is very good business by the club. And again, it just goes to show, really, we've had this big rebuild this summer, but we haven't really spent any money. We haven't spent any money. I think, actually, in terms of if you look at our net spend, we're probably, I want to go far as say we're close to the green, or at least we're only a little bit in the red with it. £5.5 million for Glenn Kamara. We had £2 million for sort of Antonio Scholak. We had a bit more money for Scott Wright never went in the end. Anyway, we recruited some money back regardless anyway. So we are close to having a pretty decent net spend there. Now, with regards to other transfer news, this is with regards to Yanis Hadji. Hadji, of course, his situation has been well documented over the last couple of days with regards to whether he's going to be going, whether he's going to be staying, whether he's going to be a part of the plans. And it does look like he is going to be going. But unlike Glenn Kamara, it's not on a permanent basis. It's going to be on a loan deal. So Rangers midfielder Yanis Hadji is set to seal a season-long loan move to La Liga side Alavaz. No loan fee or option to buy, medical to come. Romanian midfielder wants to play regularly as it seems like a good fit. Again, that's from The Athletic. A situation that I don't really understand. I don't know why the club gave him a 5-year contract just after his injury. It's almost like they said, right, we're going to back you, we're going to support you, we're going to do all the rest of it, but then kind of pull the plug and not really get him apart. If he can't get into the starting 11 against Green at Morton, then of course it's probably best for him to go. However, having said that, I do think he's a good player to have in and around the team. However, he's probably expecting himself to go out and do a bit better. But look, Yanis is a player that probably can command around £4 or £5 million, and let's hope he goes into that sort of top 5 league, La Liga, second best league in the world, does well, creates an impression, and then come the end of the sort of summer transfer window, or come the end of the season, they either want to spend big money on him, or clubs in and around the Spanish division want to spend money on him and get him in. It can go either way. He can have an absolute howler, and then we may see his stock reduce. However, let's hope for his sake it goes really well, and as I said, he can command us a fee, or at least get our money back for the player. I do like Yanis, but yeah, it just seems as a situation it hasn't really worked for him, and he needs to go out there and play first team football. So yeah, that's it with regards to sort of transfer news. Yes, it is all outgoing base. Glenn Kamara, as I said, sealing a move to Leeds United, as reported a while ago, guys. We've been reporting this story for a very, very long time. And then Yanis Hadji. I mean, this one's kind of come out of nowhere. There was reports that he could have went to Israel for Maccabi Haifa. There was also reports that he could be going to Galatasaray, where his father once ruled the roost. However, as I said, it does look like it's going to be Spanish La Liga side Alavaz, where he's going to be going a season-long loan. Nothing in it, no money for us, but just a season-long loan. Maybe his wages off the book or something like that. But that then makes way, hopefully, for some players to come in through the door. I've been saying many, many times. In fact, despite the sort of redemption of Rabi Matondo, which I think has been absolutely amazing to see, and I love Rabi, and I'm all for him being very, very successful. There is, there is some space for another tricky winger. I think we need another winger after that was the other man who left, Fashion Shakala. He got us £4 million. After he left the building, there is a gap there for another player to come in. I don't think we really replaced Ryan Kent. I know people are saying Rabi could replace Ryan Kent, but another player just to go in there as well. And I do think a centre-back, because John and Connor, yes, I love them too. They've been fantastic this season, and I loved seeing John do really well. But I just have a little fear if one of them get injured, then we're not going to have it. I know we've got Ben Davies, but I don't think Ben Davies is as commanding as both of them. I think he's a good centre-back when he's partnered with Goldson, but if Goldson gets an injury, I think him and Suter wouldn't go well, and then Suter's not got the best injury record in the world, and then all of a sudden you've got Davies and King, and we could go into the Champions League group stages, and the season can just go Pete Tong. Oh, we got Balogun as well. But of course, I think just a bit more strength and depth for the centre-back. Another player that can really push for a place, I would love to see. So yeah, I do want 2 more signings to come through the door. So yeah, hopefully we can get them over the line. But Rangers fans, that's all I've really got for you today. Do let me know your thoughts on Yanis Hadji going on loan to Alavaz, and of course Big Glenn heading off to Leeds United in a big money move. That does bring us to the end of today's video. As always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Remember, we do have Rangers t-shirts available on our website, so do browse the collection by going down into the link in the description, or go to rfcclothing.com. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.